Greetings, humanity. As it turns out, I have more time today than I usually do, and so I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get it just a wee bit further. I don't have a huge amount of time, but I'm gonna see if I can get a wee bit further in Hard West. Sort of see where we are, and see what happens. As a reminder, we've been trying to get to the Oregon Trail. But before we can do that, apparently we have to make large sums of money. There's a curse that we are under also that we have to deal with. So there's a lot of that. We have the option of doing a thing where we go back to this town that we just removed the entire power structure from back when we were rescuing someone. We have the option of going back for that if we want. Which I'm thinking of doing. I just, I just want to see and figure out where we're gonna be with this. There's a lot. There's a lot. Before I go doing too many other things. It's weird because, like, I've got a certain amount of digging to still do. And I'm presuming that once we do these things that it will be... the game will move on with whatever we have, because it's no longer an objective. But then I don't know if, like, as we continue to do other things, if the curse that we're under is going to continue to cause problems. So, it's an issue. If I go immediately at the curse... I do like that at your little icon that you move around, not the icon, but the little positioner that you move around, your cursor that you move around adjusts to the landscape. Anyway, hi Alyssa, hi. I'm doing my initial figuring out phase while I'm sort of messing around here. Let me go ahead and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and move the necessary files for me to do other stuff. Let me go ahead and close that window and open a couple of other windows because they will help me. You have to you have a weekend off. Oh, that's awesome. That's good to know. Very cool. You can actually, like, possibly do things you want to do, relax, or other things. However that works. I'm not sure. I have lost touch with how humans function. But what was I doing? Let me find the thing. Where was the thing that I was looking for? I was looking for a thing. Was it under my documents? I think it was. Yes, there they are. Okay. I have to like directly manipulate files to get a proper save game log going in this game for reasons that I need not rehearse right now. Need not go back over those. Suffice it to say, there's a fair amount of copying and pasting that goes on. What is today? Today is the 2nd of September. Okay. I should probably use my naming convention that I'm sorting out here. There we go. You have any exciting plans for your rare weekend off? Yes, I've lost touch with what do people do on their weekends off? I don't know. I've forgotten. Let me see. Okay. Just wander around, figure things out. I think that I want to try to lift the curse. Just see what's necessary to lift the curse, and then if it then, like, immediately moves us ahead without us being able to get any of the other stuff, then I'll come back to this, and kind of the plan. For a price, you deal with no serious ailments. Those with less cash could leave a tip in the auction. We've already read this, but you asked for a curse exorcism, which is $50. That's pretty cheap. That's pretty cheap. We don't know if it'll work, but you can find out. What does the fortune teller tell us? You found the hut inhabited by a young woman. Rumor has it she could see the future. What she would charge. Ask how much she would charge to lift the curse is $100. Roused her wares while she eyed you mysteriously. What stuff do you have? There's the dexterity elixir. We need that. I hope this remains open because, and you have another Deadly Derringer. That's good to know. You have the Eagle Elixir, which, okay, Dexterity Elixir is a blackish viscous liquid with a horrid aftertaste, which improves defense. Eagle Elixir, a mysterious concoction that everyone uses but no one asks what it is. Grants superior aim for a short time. Mandrake Powder, a portion of powdered ingredients of dubious origin, restores luck over time. Mandrake Root. The root of a medicinal plant provides an immediate luck boost. It's supposed to be pleasant weather tomorrow, so there may be some outdoor activity happening. Today is catch up with housework day. Cool. Awesome. Yes, I'm going to try to go walking again later today. I've started doing that a little bit more in an effort to, like, pretend I have a physical existence on Earth, and, like, to try to interact with said planet, at least a tiny bit, or at least that which is outside of these walls. So that's been nice. That's been nice. We have a number of greenways around this neighborhood. In this city, we have a number of greenways, and I've started looking at them and figuring them out. There's a very large park also that's not far from where I live that I had never been to until, like, about, a week ago. A week or two. And it's very cool. It's actually a very nice place to sit and read, if one does such things. Of course, I sit and read in the car because, goodness knows, don't want to have to worry about all that nature out there and all those other humans walking around. I can't deal with that. But one step at a time. Coyote figurine, a wooden figurine of a coyote symbolizing superior speed, +2 movement. Bone amulet. Random bones on a string that somebody put too much faith in, +10 aim. I mean, okay, I see at least 3 teeth. And probably, if those are teeth, then most of the rest of those are probably finger bones. One of those might be a fang. I'm not sure. But that aside, and the Deadly Derringer, which I believe Florence had it taken away. Or either that, or I think we're holding on to it. Just sort of in general, aren't we? Yes, we have one. I absolutely understand the desire to avoid humans right now, and even at the best of times. I know, right? There's so much humanity in humans. I don't know. It's difficult. An immediate luck boost if we want Mandrake. We need the Dexterity Elixir, I know that much. I'm gonna get one of those. Yay. Yes. No, we just want one. And we will move the money over here. And we're we're just buying the one. Yay. Okay. That will help. Probably. We will come back, I hope. The well. It was the well you'd heard people talking about. You could drop a coin inside and make a wish. Looking down, you saw golden coins glimmering in the water. You dropped a coin for good luck. You climbed down to collect the wishes of others. What did they need with wishes? We'll drop a coin for good luck. Ash lost 1. Dropped the coin down the well, but it had no effect that you could discern. Father's curse made prospecting impossible. Father leaves? Oh, good God. Whatever methods you tried, whatever places you sought, nothing worked. The situation was hopeless. Though you never said it, his guilt was clear, which made for many silent evenings. One day you awoke to a note from Father. He was sorry for the bad decisions he'd made. He was sorry for your mother, for Florence, for you. He loved you, and that meant he had to leave. If only it had helped. Okay, well, that tells me what we need to do. Yeah, let's, this will be the first time I'm trying to do this, because isn't this a lovely image? It's just love, dear freaking God. That was sarcasm, by the way, for anyone who was curious. Here, I'm gonna put up the options menu. That doesn't help much at all to obscure that. See, if I try loading the last checkpoint, I bet you that it's just because I saw the little book there just a moment ago. Yes, we're already at the well. So, I'm going to, we're gonna deal with that. I do have to go out to the main menu. Okay, yes, that's better. That's a much better image. Guy with horns. I'm gonna go ahead and, try this magical thing. Or I copy the thing back to where it was. And see what happens. Okay. And what we're just doing... Actually just moving a thing. And renaming it. Well, actually, you know what? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm not even gonna do that. I'm gonna copy and paste it because that seems better. Hard West. Rename it Hard West. And hopefully that will do what I need it to do. And we'll see if that works. Haha! Excellent. Okay. You can do this. So apparently, either within a few moves, Father leaves, or he leaves when you try to use the wishing well. Let's check the exorcism. You would pay money, but would later discover it had no effect. And then Father leaves again. Okay. So it's triggered by you trying to get the curse lifted. Okay, gotcha. Good to know. Let's do that again. Yeah, it saves when you quit to the menu. But that's like the only way you can load the checkpoint, because they try to get you. I ranted about this the last couple of times about how the developers seem to view saves. in their artistic vision. And so I'm not going to go into that again. Let's just say I disagree with the choices they made and feel as though they are, shall we say, reading into things that they should not be reading into. Okay. Let's do that again. They're making assumptions that, and on the one hand, I can actually sympathize that, it's like when you write a game, you're writing it for yourself, and that produces the best art. Absolutely. There does come a point, however, when you must release that art to the public if you wish them to pay you for it. And allowances kind of have to be made at that point. So, it's a thing. Okay. Let's see, did I, no, it doesn't matter. All right, here we go. There we go. All right. So the last option we have open is the fortune teller. And we have the money to do this, so we're gonna try this. She took your money eagerly, but though she tried a range of methods, none of them were effective. Okay, he leaves no matter what. I see. So the best thing to do, really, is to lose him the cheapest way possible. If only it'd help. Did they just give me the money back, or am I hallucinating? Wasn't that 357 before, or am I imagining that? I do not know. Alright. So that didn't work. But we still apparently have to find ways to lift the curse. I'm now curious. I'm gonna hang on here just a moment before did we get his stuff? I don't know if we got his stuff or not. I don't think we got his stuff. We have to take his stuff before we let him leave. Oh, no, repeater rifle and sawed-off cobra. We have those things. Okay. Amulet curse. Okay. This feels like a thing they're going to do to you no matter what happens. Let me go ahead and go to all three just in case a thing happens. Just when you thought things couldn't get any worse, you returned after a hard day's work to find thugs raiding your house. You scattered from a safe distance. They would pay for this with their lives. Okay, so it's like you try to get the curse lifted and then that goes away. You can't get the curse lifted. You have a siege on the homestead. So really all this is now is just trying to figure out if you want to have Father with you for the other stuff. But you have to, like, pay monies at all three places. And you are still under the curse. And your luck is continuing to dwindle. Perhaps. Perhaps. So yeah, this may just be a thing that gets revealed eventually. I'm not sure. It's a good question. I'd rather have Father available for if we go do this, but then at the same time, if this is a thing that you can do after the curse gets lifted, assuming it ever does, probably would be easier. Good questions, all. Let me try something. Okay. Yes, once again I'm saving and then restoring in the same fashion. This is fascinating. Okay, let's return that. Okay. And back we go. Just trying to hold on to him for as long as we can, you know. There are a few things we haven't checked out yet. I want to check them out while he's still here. No, it's still 3:57. I don't think I actually... There was a net... Yeah, nothing got lost there. Okay. The man was cold, hungry, and scared. He explained that he had been a slave, but had escaped and had been on the run for months. Terrified that they were on his trail, he begged you to shelter him, saying that if you didn't, he'd surely be taken back to his previous hellish existence. You agreed to shelter him, provided he'd help with the homestead. You just couldn't find it in your heart to put your name on the line and shelter him. You were sure he'd be fine. Ugh. This is all of modern society. Here, let's try to shelter him. The former slave was beside himself with joy, promising he wouldn't regret it. You sincerely hoped he was correct. Okay. Do we have another character? We do not. We might only be able to have 3 main characters at a time. We'll have to see how this goes. Before we attempt to lift the curse, I'm just going to continue going around for some other things. We're going to purchase that elixir again. Because I think that's going to help. Yeah, I don't know how the curse affects everything, you know? As you scouted the country, you came across a narrow crevice. You could have climbed through it. It would have been too difficult to challenge. Unless you became well prepared, it would be all too easy to sustain a serious injury. Well prepared as always, you climbed down. We can do that now. The climb was long and tiring, but your extra dexterity saved you well, and you finished it without incident. You found a natural cavern that had rocks, indicating a good chance for gold deposits. You marked it on your map. Treasure trove! Okay. See, this I think will be helpful. Let me check with the excavation company. How much do we have to get the advanced thingy? 450. So we're not at that yet. I'm gonna go ahead and get it because it's for deeper gold excavating. So actually we can, as I had suspected earlier, we actually can dig around things, the deeper gold, until we hit, you know, what we need. Is a good question. How many spots do we have still? We have the treasure trove, we have the bonanza, we have Dalton's site, we have an excavation field. So that was 4, yes? Which would mean that that would be 12 of the 19 that we have here. Assuming I can count correctly. And one wonders if there's a possibility of hiring a miner here also to help out, but I do not know if that will be particularly helpful or not. However, I will save the game and this will help. Let me go ahead and Make a copy. For that is what we must do nowadays. Alright. How is it September already? I do not understand how this was allowed to happen. Do we blame the Venerable Bede, or do we go all the way back and blame Julius Caesar? I don't know. It's hard to know who to blame for these things. Do we blame the Earth's rotation? We have to blame something. All right. Well, back to this. Considering hiring a shady miner. I don't know why. Oh, good God, no. Oh, the old miner's too expensive. But yeah, I just saw them by the slave you mentioned. No. Dear God. Okay. Yeah. Let me just see what items they have before I... Yeah, okay, I remember these. Interesting weapons. Okay. Let me check on something real quick. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I just had to update the content warnings real quick, because that's anyway. Let's see. Yes, that's something. I want to make sure people are aware. All right. Let's see. One of the shops featured a small frontier town made up. I think I was here last time. I'm just looking to try to remember what this is and how it works. Information about additional mining spots, special mining tools, young miner to help in prospecting. These are interesting possibilities. I'm wondering how much how many monies we should involve ourselves with here. Yes, I remember looking at these earlier. I think the pepper box was the one that we thought was most impressive. It does carry a lot of heat with it. Let me see. So we have so there are a couple of opportunities here. Especially just, again, looking at these. Seeing the difference between hiring an old miner and a young miner is $200. I feel as though the young miner will be more helpful for getting things out of the ground. The old miner might be more helpful for finding things. I don't know. Special mining tools sounds good. Learned about several specialists who might be able to help you out. Okay, something just happened. Location's been a gold mine office, pharmaceutical shop, dilapidated mining company. Sure, let's get information on additional mining spots. Let's whittle ourselves down even further. At this point, you've been pointed towards several spots which could contain gold. We're now going to have to make choices, aren't we? Okay. And there's a possibility we could hire a young miner. We don't have a lot left. Choices. Choices must be made. I'm afeared. A lot of things. A lot of things here. You possibly do. Hydraulic mining, dilapidated mining company, pharmaceutical shop, mining partnership. There's a lot here in this mining subgame. You're trying to get the most out of your finds. I have many more decisions now than I had a minute ago. Gold mine office is down here. Shovel pit. There's too much to decide. Okay. Yeah, yeah, you never know, you never know. Shovel pit. Shovel pit had abandoned once the placer deposit started being exhausted and the hard rock proved too hard. There's a lot that could be done here. Let me find out about the gold mine office. A local entrepreneur, Falk Lang, opened a mine several years ago. Now he was retired. He was willing to sell his knowledge on hard rock gold mining. So for 600 we could get that. There's a lot. There is a lot. I forget what's at the trade outpost. Probably things we've seen before. Not much left, just some more dried herbs, which we'll probably need. If we fight anybody. Dare I check out the hydraulic mining place? You could have rented a hydrojet to move the deeper gold deposits to the surface. The partners that operated it, Mitch Rummel and Nathan Benzer, had made a small fortune selling their services. You rented the hydrojet for one day, costing you $25. That's for deeper gold deposits. Okay, we should wait until we have learned special techniques for deeper gold deposits. Dilapidated mining company. The company was nearly bankrupt, but it still rented out the drills it had used back when it was a going concern. A.C. McCrum still ran the operation, and the rentals were letting him get the business afloat again. McCrum's drills allowed miners to collect hard rock gold and placer deposits all at once. That could be useful. If it uses up fewer uses of the license, is what I'm thinking. I hope that's what it does. Mining partnership. Madame Bourgeois led a massive enterprise that rented out portable stamp mills. The mills crushed the quartz, allowing hard rock deposits to be collected the same way deeper deposits were obtained, and let you extract deeper deposits using surface methods. That's very interesting. Because what that tells me then is that, possibly, I'm wondering if the buffs carry over then. If you have the buff for example, the surface methods. If you get, say, if you have I have a 75% boost on the surface methods, on the placer gold. So would I then get that for deeper deposits as well, using if I used a stamp mill? It's a different technique, so I'm thinking no. Well, no, it's the same technique, right? Because it seems that way to me. Good God, so many options. Pharmaceuticals shop. The shop featured all kinds of drugs and chemicals. Old Deacon Spires took great care to keep plenty of copper slabs and mercury pots on hand. Miners used them to quickly acquire placer gold and deep gold. This technique, while expedient, often resulted in accidental poisonings. Mercury and a copper slab. So many possibilities now. Okay. I don't think this is a good idea. Quickly acquire gold, placer gold, and deep gold. Yeah, I see. Those are unconventional. The unconventional methods I think they were thinking about. So, yeah, if we use unconventional methods, which I think this is probably what that's about. I think these are all unconventional methods. I am paralyzed with indecision. There's so much. There's so much. There's a lot to take in now, and I can't hold it all in my head. Because of course I can't. Did I go to the gold mine office? I probably went to the gold mine office. I think I did. That was like the first thing I did. And I already can't remember what's there. So, welcome to ADHD, everyone. So that being the case, I'm going to save again. We're going to try several different things. Because there are too many things. Alright. The one that I like is getting the two at once. Because I feel as though that's going to save uses of the license. I'm gonna go ahead and let me go ahead and move the, or make a copy rather, of our save files. So that I can come back to this point if I make a horrifying mistake. All right. You have to write it down or something. Did I do the thing that I should have done? I did not. Let me do the thing I should have done real quick. Just to free up a bit of memory, in case it becomes necessary to have done so. Let's see. Okay. So I'm thinking of using a drill. We'll see how this goes. And if it's worth it. $80. You just need to visit the site and send for the equipment. So, yes. How about this treasure trove we just found? Either that or the Bonanza. Oh no, we already plumbed the Bonanza. Never mind. Alright. We'll try it here. Unconventional methods were effective but expensive. You first needed to obtain or rent the proper tools. You used the drill to collect hard rock gold along with the placer deposits. Let's see how this goes. Drills crushed the quartz and made the hard rock stones as simple to clear as the deeper ones. The placer gold had been excavated and the deeper gold exhausted completely, but remember, okay. Did that earn us anything? No, it just makes it... it makes it like excavating. I understand now. Okay. Okay, I see how that goes. So now it's now all in the deeper gold, which you would get using deeper gold extraction methods. Wow, okay. We have a chicken and an egg situation here. It didn't use that up the thing because of how that goes. So I actually, yeah, this was perhaps not what we wanted. Let me check this method again real quick. Deeper gold goes. Maybe that puts just deeper gold up to that one method. This is fascinating. And I assume that uses up the, I assume that uses everything up. Everyone said it was bad luck to touch this ground. Do I still have the, do I still have the drill? I do not. I can only use it once. Okay. Alright. Okay, that tells me more. Just how that operates is helpful. So what I shall do... It does make it cheaper. Somewhat. Although it's like it's $80 plus the... Plus like to get it the deeper gold. $40. So you're getting what comes down to, and it's like $100 to get the hard rock stuff, right? Right? Yeah. So it saves you $20. That's what it comes down to. Unless you have better methods to... Unless, you know, you're getting... You already have the thing that... Yeah. So it doesn't make sense to buy the drill unless you already have the thing that gives you a boost to deeper gold mining. So that makes sense now. Okay. So that's an option, and I presume the hydraulic mining method is something that's going... It also does say... It also, I think, does save you a step in the mining license. So, I mean, there is value in it. The hydraulic method presumably also lets you, for another $25, lets you pull it up to the further surface, and so you save a net of like I'm just curious. I'm just curious now. I'm gonna restore over this shortly, but $15. So like, you've already like you would save $20 doing it the one way, but then you spend another 25, so you're in the whole 5. And you rinse the ground, moving the gold up. And so now it's $15, basically. So you've spent, let's see, 145 plus another 15 is I can math. It's 160. And as opposed to 15 plus 25 plus 100. Is what we just spent, right? Or was it 15 plus 40 plus 100? I think it was 15 plus 40 plus 100. Hang on, let's go ahead and get it. Okay, that's a lot. $1,092. For only one use of the license. That's not bad. For a net of I mean, we got much more than we had, you know, that was a lot. We got much more than we thought we were going to get, but we couldn't take huge event. Well, no, I turned it off. I wonder if the multiplier applied. I think it might have. That's fascinating. This might be 75% more of the whole thing than it was going to be. So it's sorry, I'm just trying to hold math in my brain. I can normally hold math in my brain, but I can't do it and chew gum at the same time. That's the problem. Metaphorically speaking. So $80 plus $25. That's 105. Plus 15, right? To do the placer rinsing is $120 total, as opposed to $155. So it is cheaper. It is cheaper to use those methods, and also only uses up a single license. So that actually works out. That works out. And then theoretically, I'm actually getting 75% on the, assuming that this is working the way that I think it is. I may have found a way to rig the system. I don't know if that's actually what's happening. That's the only problem. Because, yeah, there's no point in learning the deeper gold technique, right? If you just use these two things to get the placer gold, and you get the bonus, right? That makes sense to me. I would imagine the only way to find out if this is true would be to go back, to restore the game and go back and dig using the conventional methods to see how much we get. If we don't get nearly as much as, because this was a lot. This was a lot for a mine. Or we can just go ahead and continue with this process, right? Which ultimately is cheaper. The other method that we have here is $40. Yeah, I think using the hydraulic and the hydraulic method and the drill, I think that combination is probably what would work best here. And then, you know, not using up your license also is a benefit. What's this again? Stamp mills. Ah, yes. So the stamp mill apparently could work on both. Is that right? Is that how this is all working? I don't know. What I need to do is actually, I don't need to take up time with figuring out the different alternate paths for this right now. So what I will do, I might try the stamp mill. It is a little more expensive than a drill. But it might work on both types of deposits at the same time. That reads to me as though that's what's going on here. And so that is slightly cheaper. Cheaper still. If it works on both at once, I do not know if it's going to work on both at once. That's the only problem. Or if I have to rent it twice to make that work. But it's only going to cost me $10 to find out, effectively. So that's a possibility. Yeah, we can do that. I think we can just use that to collect everything else and just not worry about getting trained. Hoard money! Because we need to get to the Oregon Trail. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and save one more time and copy that over just so that I have the ability to hop back further if I need to. Here we go. More copying. More off-screen copying will now happen. While I figure this out. That's number 4. All right. I should probably put more specific names on these things so that I'll know what they mean later. I'm not sure anymore. Okay. All right, here we go. I know I've been futzing around with the mines for so long here now. But this is good. This is good. I'm gonna try out this method, the stamp mill, just to see how that works. Let me see what I can use it on. So the Bonanza can extract gold for $40, or possibly get more by turning that into a thing. We'll look at that in a moment. Okay. Yeah, we can try. We'll try the stamp mill on Carter's mining op. See if that does. If that works on both, then that would be great. If it doesn't, then we'll know not to do that. Okay. Remind me what that does again. Yeah, hard rock goes to hard rock goes to deep rock goes to okay. So move the hard rock and deeper deposits up, right? Okay. The stamp mill worked through the hard, deeper rocks, making them easy to rinse as easy to rinse as the placer gold. Even though he never got the operation running. Okay, yes, we already have that. So you only get it once. Okay. So that's $10 down the tubes. But that's okay. It's a life lesson. Let me get the hydrojet. Okay. Okay, here we go. Rinsing the placer gold. And that is $627. 612, a net of 612. Like the placer gold deposit by rinsing gravel and sand through a sluice trough. I mean, this seems to be the most effective way to do this. From what I can see. Obviously, I haven't played the game 90 million times, so I don't know if that is true or not. But it feels true. And I mean, I've got more ability to dig, so I feel like I should just keep doing this, and we can make that work. So now the Bonanza just has a deep gold deposit. I was waiting to buy the deep gold training, and I think I just use these methods, and it's going to be cheaper than mining it. We'll see. Okay. Let me see if that'll work on this, because it needs, if it'll change it back to, yes. It'll turn it to placer gold. And that gives me more, 313. Oh yeah, 298. Yeah. This seems to be working nicely. So I feel as though this is the way to do this, because it's, and minimum use of the license, and it's bad luck to touch this ground. I'm concerned. How many more places do we have? We have Dalton Site, the shovel pit, and the excavation field. Do we want to do this one last? There's a lot of hopping back and forth that'll happen. We're gonna give it a try. Heavens help us. Just, you got to remember the order to do it in. Just use the drill first, and then the hydraulic method. Drill, then hydrojet. I hope this actually produces the... I hope the math works out on this. That's all I'm saying. I may try this with different math. Or I may try this like off stream and figure it out. Okay, so the drill first, then the hydrojet. I hope I am cheesing this system properly. Okay, that's another almost 600. net of that anyway. Awesome. Okay. Let me see. I can afford the training fees now, but I feel as though perhaps I don't need them any longer. Because I'm just turning it all into placer gold. Like I said, I've got to experiment with this a little bit and see if it shifts at all when I try it differently. Okay, this has all three things. This has all three things. This has all three things. Okay. Is what I'm doing a good hack or a bad hack? I do not know. Do we lose gold when we do this? Could we get more gold if we did this differently? I do not know. But it feels as though we're getting what we need out of this. If we knew these other techniques, would we get more? I do not know. Because we're not actually using the techniques, that's the thing. We wouldn't be using the techniques on the lower mine because we're... Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, drill first, then hydrojet. Okay, that's another 600. Ish. I mean, this feels as though this feels like it's the proper exploit. Oh, there are little spots over here for the stamp mill, the hydrojet, and the drill. And the mercury if you want it. Because that's the thing. Even if we had these other techniques, it's cheaper to just move it all up and then hopefully I still get this bonus. I don't know if I do. But I will experiment and find out. Just not on stream. Okay. 35.19. Alright. That was another... Yeah, we're consistently getting an average of like 600 some odd. About 600 gold every time we do this. Which I don't know if that's... I don't know if that's a thing that could be better or if it's fine. I don't know. We have one more site to do. And then we'll have plenty of uses on the mining license, but we probably won't need them unless we uncover more sites. Okay. As most folks had given up on it. And then we, thanks to the miracle of atomic mutation. No, wait. That's a different advancement. But, you're using unconventional methods. Okay, that is... it's like 400. Okay. Not terrible. Okay, I think that's all the sites. That's I think everything. We've still got 12 uses on the license, but we're good. Yeah, if we want to learn about hard rock gold mining, we could, you know, buy that here. But I think we're good for now. Unless, like, something is no longer available later. How much do we need to get out of here? We do not know. Okay. Excavation company, down. Yeah. I feel like that's everywhere we can explore at this point. You know, unless... If hiring this miner helps us to find more sites, that would be something. I don't know if that is true or not, though. That is the thing. That's the only step I think we have left. Hire the young miner and hire the old miner. Wonder, does making all this money make Father feel any better? Does it? Who knows? I'm just going to move the skull down here. In the middle of the field. I'm going to save one more time. I'm going to try hiring miners. We'll see what happens. We're prospect... Well, to help... It says to help in prospecting, which to me means finding more sites, but we'll see. We'll see. Alright, just saving that. Okay. I'm gonna try hiring him and I'm just gonna see what happens. And then if that removes money from us, then I'll save Scum a bit. You welcomed him. On board for as long as he was around, he helped your operations, increasing your mining income by 10%. No! So that would have been helpful. He was only 200, so I mean, I've earned what, like 3,000 gold, something like that, 3,300 gold. At this point, so that would have been 10%. It would be another $330, so that would have paid for it. You know, that would have given us a little bit more. I can't help but wonder. Also, it's another character, right? It's another character whom we can hand a gun and go do things with. Let me see how... Wait, how much do we get from you? Oh, you have to choose. The old miner's no longer there. Interesting. I wonder how much the old miner would have gotten you. The young miner probably more helpful in, you know, fighting. That's very interesting. So the young miner. So I'm assuming. I'm guessing. I'm just gonna guess. It is twice as much to hire. I don't know if this is true or not. It is twice as much to hire the old miner. So possibly, maybe it would have been 20%. So that again would have offset, but still would have given us more monies. That's fascinating. Okay. That would have been cool. That would have been cool. I now have to decide if this is what if we're gonna go back or not and do all this again. Probably not on stream. We now have this person who is useless to us right now. Unless we find more sites, which we didn't. But it would have been helpful having him before we did all of that. Yeah. This is a good question. This is a good question. So... I must make decisions. His parents were chasing gold as well. He's been a gold digger since he can remember. He has 3 card slots. We could give him. He's got a shotgun. Got a 10 gauge. Actually, could come in handy possibly. Just wish I'd purchased. I wish I'd purchased his aid before we did all of this mining, because that would have been helpful. So. Therein is the question. There's in the question. Do I want to... I guess it actually wouldn't be that difficult to leap, because I don't have to read through all the text and everything again, necessarily. I know where everything is. It's just a question of applying everything, right? I'm like trying to discover these alternate paths, seeing if the... seeing if training gives us more. Because we've ended up thus far with 3,600, and I'm wondering if we could get more. By going back and hiring the appropriate parties. Having another hand to help him. He's got a sight of 30, defense of 5, aim of 50, and movement of 15. And I don't know what the other miner would give to us. Probably a bigger bonus to the gold, but probably not as good in combat. So that's really where what it comes down to. I think probably. But what sort of trade-off do we want to make? And how many monies are we talking? So yeah, let's assume for a moment I don't know this, right? But he would have given us probably, I'm getting like, hey, tell you what, why don't we find out? Let's actually find out. What are you doing this for, unless you're actually doing the thing? Let's do the thing. Ah, lovely image again. All right, that's a terrible, terrible image. Okay, let me go ahead and let me go ahead and get the save file together here. Okay. Hard West. Alright. Reload. I just want to see what the old miner's stats are. What he provides us with. I put the wrong one in, probably. Hang on. Let's try that again. Hang on. Sorry, hang on. Let me find the right thing. Here, let me see if I can find. Here, I'm gonna put the credits on. No, that doesn't help at all. Here, let me put the campaign screen. Will that cover it? Not terribly well. Okay. A little bit at least, though. Hang on. Hang on a second. I'm gonna find the thing. I think I must have copied the wrong thing over. That's weird. No, that was... Huh. Alright, something happened there. Let me see if I can... Today is the 2nd of September. Okay. Try that again. Been working so far. 357, it says. And everything's that's weird. It has stopped functioning in the... Huh. It's booted everything back to this one thing. I'm wondering... Why is it doing that? It's just like, it's as though it has stopped working and it's just pulling me back to the one thing that I always, not that I always, but that I had before. That's weird. I'm not completely sure what it's doing. Let me move this over here. Let me try something. Now that loads the last checkpoint is just going to load us back in there, isn't it? Yes, because I moved it. I'm an idiot. I don't know what happened. I might have just lost the saves. I'm not sure what just happened. I'm going to have to investigate this because this is something weird just happened. This has been working up until now. And now it is not. So I gotta figure out why that is. Lest we do this all over again. Rename the file Hard West, or the folder. Bit-to-mint. Hang on. Okay. Delete. Copy. Paste. Rename to Hard West. I have to remember to come out here before I do that. I have to remember to move to the right. I have to remember to come out to this menu before I start moving files around. Not that I think in and of itself would cause what just happened, but we'll see. 357. It has erased all of the progress that we just made. That is strange. I mean, it does provide a certain opportunity, but at the same time, I don't know if the save system is going to continue working here on out. That's the only problem. Because I mean, yeah, I mean, basically what this means is that I can, you know, if need be, I can go back and try to do a bunch of this again. But yeah, I think what I'm gonna do then. Well, this was gonna be shorter than I thought. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try a variance of this because I don't want to sit here and go through all of this again in front of everybody. This is a strange iterative process. So what I think I'm gonna do is I will, you know, again, in the interim time, I'll play this and I'll see if, you know, different things happen differently. And if the save system is functioning. And, then, you know, try the different paths, see what happens. And, then I will get back to you. I will, when I next stream, I will do that. Yeah, this one turns out this one's going to be a little shorter than I thought, because this is very strange. Very strange. Okay. Well then. We're gonna do that. Sorry about that, folks. That was incredibly strange. There appears to be a bug in the system somewhere. Or this is some secret measure they've taken. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. This was strange and frustrating. How are you determining if the files change? That's the thing, is that it keeps bringing me back to a specific save point that was much earlier now, and so that's where it gets weird. And I mean, the files themselves that I have, right? It has been working up until this point. I've been taking files, you know, the entire folder basically, and moving it into another directory. I've been moving the files into another directory to making copies of them, right? And so the copies that I have, and I number the copies so that I know what they are. And then the idea is that you have to copy that folder back into the original directory. It's just your documents directory. I have to copy that back, and then it is supposed to go in and read those files and use those files to restore. Except it seems to be stuck on an earlier iteration somehow, and I don't know exactly how that's happening. So I'm going to have to investigate that and figure it out. I'd recommend some software which checks for differences and can difference an entire directory, if that would help. Let me, let me actually get a handle on what's going on. See if I can get a handle on what see if I can just look at, because I haven't really looked deeply at any of this yet. Let me, I want to go in, and I do want to check the individual files and just sort of see what's going on with them. But I appreciate the offer. But it's not a huge number of files we're talking about here. I just, I can't talk about this and then do that at the same time. But I appreciate it. I do want to look into it. I may hit you up for that at some point. But right now, I think that's going to be, it. Because things got weird. So, I'll be back with more of this once I figured that out. And, or if I've decided to just start again and get up to a certain point, where it's roughly where we were in one iteration or another. I may have more money. Yes, I will contact you via the Twitch or what have you, if need be, but I appreciate it very much. In the meantime, what is happening? What is it? It's Friday. So Invisible Sun comes back a week from tomorrow. at which point we'll be starting that back up again. What else is happening? On Tuesday nights, we have our cult game, Divinity Lost, run by Hollow, that we play. And then on every other Thursday, my friend Lucci and I we're playing through the Zork games. We're getting ready to start Zork 2 this coming Thursday. And that's what we have happening right now. More stuff happening later in September and possibly also October. We just are figuring stuff out. But I'm going to go ahead and just sort of stare into oblivion for a while and then probably do lunch. I appreciate you folks for hanging out and watching. Thank you all very much. Take care, and I will see you all of a sudden.